Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Greg. Welcome to the channel. Today I wanted to talk about Mars and its aspects in Vedic astrology, thunder astrology. If anybody's interested in getting a thunder astrology reading or a 12 house reading, go to greg.thunderwizard.com and I'll leave a link on the bottom also. So yeah, Mars, what is Mars? Mars is our energy. It's our warrior energy. It's our stamina. It represents our courage, our willpower. It's the things we really feel very passionate about, the things we're willing to fight for in our lives. It's also, it represents tools in the world. It represents weapons, tanks and, machines, those guns and all that crap. It does represent, it represents your arms too. So, it represents things like martial arts, boxing, whatever, sports. Mars is an athlete too. Mars wants to keep you in shape. Mars is also represents your brothers. It represents male figures in your life. And it represents real estate too, because the soldier is all about conquering property. He wants to conquer the land. So that's the relationship to real estate. So when we think about Mars and the aspects, when I started learning about this, I was like, he aspects the fourth house. Why does he aspect the fourth house? Fourth house is the original sign of Cancer. The fourth house represents your home, how you feel comfortable in your home. It represents the comforts in your life. It represents that nurturing energy. It represents your mother, that nurturing energy, the things you learn from your mother. It does represent, though, it also represents property, real estate. So there's that connection with Mars, being that Mars wants to conquer the land. That's why how I started understanding this. Because originally when Mars is in the sign of Cancer, Mars feels uncomfortable in that sign, because Cancer is all about the moon energy. It's all about caring for other people and helping other people out and nurturing people, making them feel comfortable. When Mars is in that Cancer sign, Mars is like, man, I don't want to help people out. I want to go conquer. I want to conquer people. I want to dominate them. I want to take over territory. So he's getting that, he's feeling agitated in that sign of Cancer. But that also could cause aggression in a Cancer ascendant. So, because there's that conflict going on too. But all conflicts, all obstacles in the charts are nothing but obstacles. They're just there for us to look at them head on and conquer them. We're not bound to the chart. We can always empower ourselves, especially when you're out there, pursuing your soul's greatest joy. That's when you start really controlling the energies in your chart and how they're affecting you, going into your unconscious and understanding yourself. So yeah, so Mars aspects at that fourth house because he really wants to take over. He really wants to, well, yeah, he wants to take over land and all that. But I was going to say, since it represents your home, he really wants to protect your home. He wants to protect his own home. He's looking, he doesn't want anybody coming into his home and making him feel uncomfortable. This is like, hey, this is my home. I'm here to rest. I'm here to re-energize myself. No one's coming in here. No criminals are coming in here. I'm not letting anybody in here unless I approve of them. So Mars is, that's the reason why he aspects that fourth house. He's kind of like your guard dog. He's out there in the, he's patrolling the territory of your home. He doesn't want anybody coming in. So, and he aspects the seventh house, but all planets aspect the seventh house. And, the seventh house is the partner, represents your spouse, it represents business relationships, your friends, people you interact with in the world. So all planets aspect the seventh house. And he aspects the eighth house too. So the eighth house is originally ruled by Scorpio. And Scorpio is a Mars sign, so there's one reason why he aspects that eighth house. The eighth house is also known as the Amarka house, meaning it's a death-inflicting house. It's known as a life and death house. It's a house of like sudden changes, ups and downs that go on in your life, challenges that come into your life, obstacles that happen into your life. So it could represent your moods going up and down. If you got your moon there, that can cause that kind of stuff, make you very moody. You get Mars aspecting this, it's giving a lot of that energy. The eighth house is also, it's a house of like ghosts. It represents that occult kind of energy, where people get uncomfortable when they think about ghosts. A lot of people do, or when they think they're feeling a ghost, or they're in a darkened room, or a known haunted house, or they get that, you feel that fear. You might see something, scare you a lot or whatever. So it represents that fear. It's kind of like a fear house. It represents the unconscious too, which the unconscious we have in us, within us, all of us. A lot of fears, a lot of things that are blocking us from you know um, shining our true soul in the three-dimensional world. So that's why Mars aspects the eighth house, is because he looks at that house and says, there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of fear going on over there. Send me over there. I'll go into that house. I'll go in there. I'll go take a look at everything in there. I want to go conquer that house too. I want to conquer my fears. I want to, I want to have some courage. I want to display courage in all aspects that I'm aspecting. I'm going to put my energy in there, my soldier energy. Nothing's going to stop me. You know, so that's why he aspects that eighth house. So you know, so if he's like aspecting, let's say if your Mars is in the sign of Aries, Mars is really comfortable in the sign of Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, so Mars is getting, he's feeling comfortable in his home. He's getting a lot of energy to have that leadership quality of Aries. To be focused on being a leader. Focused on, representing themselves in that way. It can cause aggression too, because Mars is like getting that double energy from Aries, and the planet Mars is sitting there. If he's in the sign of Taurus, Taurus is an earth sign. It represents like fixed assets, the things you value in your life. So Mars can get a little more focused in this earth sign, where the energy of Mars can help you to attain material things in your world. Help you feel comfortable. Because Taurus is all about the comforts in life. The material security, and Taurus is represented by that bull, who charges after things that he wants to go after. So, Mars can get a little more stable here. And Taurus is ruled by Venus too. Venus is, brings that energy to get along with people. If Mars is in the third house, well, not the third house, but in the sign of Gemini, here this can cause some aggression too. Gemini is a mutable sign, meaning it has that dual-natured kind of aspect to it, where the mind is really spinning a lot. The mind is juggling a lot of different things. It has a lot of thoughts going on. People who are Gemini are usually, they can juggle a lot of different businesses. They can do a lot of different tasks. If they're in the entertainment industry, they're writing the script, and then they're the director, and they're holding the camera, and they're hiring all of the people to work in the movie. They want to handle all aspects of the job. They're like a jack of all trades, and usually a master of all trades too. But so that can cause a lot of aggression, a lot of uncomfortableness with the mind, so which can make, get someone kind of moody. When it's in the sign of Cancer too, that's what I was saying, it's debilitated in the sign of Cancer. But Cancer is a cardinal sign, meaning it's an action sign. It's all about going out there, doing things, helping other people. That energy of that countering energy of the moon wanting to help people, and that Mars energy of wanting to go out and conquer, that's where that aggression starts to come out of the Cancer ascendants. If it's in the sign of Virgo, Virgos are all about this inner expression of Mercury. This can cause a little bit of aggression too. Virgo is very hardworking. Mercury, it has that mercurial energy of the intellect, but the Virgo sign is really going inward too. It does represent that sixth house, the sign of Virgo, which represents enemies and stuff like that. So it can bring that a bit of that aggression too. Virgos really do good in those environments where they're really the hectic environments in business, where there's a lot of things going on, but they're able to focus their energy and bring out that knowledge. They have a lot of knowledge about the things. They've done a lot of research. So a Virgo can channel that Mars energy to really help them to focus. It can also make them agitated too, though, depending how Mars is in the chart. If he's feeling happy or sad. So we got then Libra. If he's in Libra, Libra again is all about helping. It's helping other people out and attaining that balance between people. It's always looking for that balance of energy. So that can cause some aggressive tendencies too, because Mars is getting agitated. He doesn't want to go out and help people. He wants to conquer people. He wants to dominate. So that can happen there. You get it in the sign of Scorpio. Scorpio is already ruled by Mars. That too can cause aggression, even though it's in its own sign. Scorpio is already known as the most intense of the signs. It has the emotional. It's a water sign, so the emotions are very charged up in Scorpio. They're very moody. It represents the 8th house too, Scorpio's original home. So that can cause a lot of aggressive tendencies too. You get it in Sagittarius. Sagittarius is a fire sign. That could cause a little bit of aggression too. Any sign that's fire, that Mars energy is causing that aggression. And yeah, this could also make for a good revolutionary kind of a person, someone who stands up for the people. That's really a fighter for the people. He has that warrior kind of energy though. Like someone like Malcolm X, someone like that who's like, if people who are against me are going to come at me with a bat, then I'm going to come at them with a gun. They're going to come at me with a handgun, then I'm going to come with a machine gun. They're willing to fight, but they have that knowledge too. They have that knowledge to really speak and represent the people, and bring that revolutionary energy, bring that passion, motivate people to fight for their rights, to be. I forgot the sign of Leo too. Leo was after Cancer. Leo too is another fire sign. Leo is ruled by the sun, and Leo, is like the sun being the center. It represents the person that wants to be the center of attention. So this can bring a lot of that energy too, of being the center of attention. It can also get really focused too. Leo is a fixed sign too. It could bring that stability to the sign, to the energy of Mars. It all depends on the person too, and the positions in the chart. How well are these people in their lives? What are they doing to balance this energy? That kind of stuff. So after Sagittarius, we got Capricorn. So Mars here is comfortable in Capricorn too. He is in his exaltation. It's like Mars is going on a vacation and he's in a luxurious hotel. He's getting comped everything. He won a vacation and he's living there. He's living in luxury. He's getting his comforts. And but like whenever anybody's on vacation and they're not in their own home, eventually they're going to start to miss their home. So that can cause a little bit of that discomfort. And when a planet starts getting discomfort, it starts to emit its negative attributes. But in the sign of Capricorn, it's really focused on working hard. Capricorn is all about working hard and getting the job done, and long work hours, keeping focused on things. It's also that it's an earth sign too, so it has that stability too. So Mars really gets focused. Mars is getting commanded to do things, to go out in the field and go conquer. So he's like, yeah, let's go. Tell me what to do. I'm gonna go do it. But that can cause some agitation too. Capricorn is really known as a ruthless leader. People that are bosses as Capricorns, they're known to really, they could just fire somebody like that at the drop of a hat. You're out. Get out. It could cause that aggressive tendency too. In the sign of Aquarius, Aquarius is an air sign also. Aquarius too, it could cause a little bit of that aggressive tendencies too. Aquarius, wants to bring people together. Wants to help people. Wants to have that community of people working together with each other. So it can cause that aggression too. The Aquarians are always got a lot of ideas going on in their minds too, and that can get agitated with Mars. It can cause those conflicts with people. Just got to be careful. You got to be aware of these things. Learn how to channel that energy. In the sign of Pisces too, that can cause some mental instability too. Pisces is a water sign. It's originally that 12th house. Mars will get uncomfortable in the 12th house because it's a house of spirituality. Pisces is about spirituality. It's about the imagination. And Mars, Mars doesn't want to, he doesn't want to be sitting there meditating. He wants to go out there and be physically active. He wants to conquer. So there can be that those mood swings going on in the Pisces person. They can get into a state of mind as like get away from me. I need my time for myself, stuff like that. So, and then, so wherever your Mars is, in the sign it's in, it can cause some positive, negative stuff. In the house it's in, another positive, negative stuff. Is it exalted? Is it debilitated? Is it conjunct with other planets? What's aspecting its, where it sits? All these things are also going to affect the Mars energy too within your chart. But that's kind of like the basics of why it aspects the 4th and 7th house and 8th house from wherever it sits. So if anybody's interested in getting those readings, go to greg.thunderwizard.com, and hope you guys have a good one. Peace.